I mentioned that there's always some extra maintenance to do when you're using stuff. You can hear the AC belt start to squeak. That means I need to tighten it and maybe lubricate it. It's supposed to be a sealed bearing, but we'll see. And this just happened as I opened the door. Maybe. Screw the whole thing back on. I don't really know how it, I guess because this piece right here, as it goes back and forth, it turns. So over time it comes loose. There we go. Back on, clipped in. Let's do it. That's what I need right there. Full on water. No tiny little hole to try and go through. That'd take me all day. I need to come up with a hook. Something I can stand on the ground and just have a full open 3/4 inch hook that goes up and in. That's on the list of inventions. Come on now. There we go. Well, if you look up at the clouds, you'll see it's kind of dark rolling over the mountain. It's supposed to rain in the next hour or two. So what I'm going to do is go inside, get some work done, give it time for the rain to come in or pass me over. And when that's happened, I'm going to go spray the orchard. Because we've been having this hot, wet, humid weather. This is prime condition for fungal infection. And we have had bad problems before with cedar apple rust. And we got emails recently from the state biologist's office saying that cedar apple rust spores are worse than they've ever seen them. So I don't know how long they have been looking, but I'm going to tell you that I think they probably have more experience than I do. So I'm going to keep an eye on it, and what I'm going to do is get out here and spray. We've only sprayed one time this season. We've been very fortunate. We have not had any widespread infections. We saw a few spots, got out there and sprayed, knocked it out. Jafana says she thinks she saw a few spots when she was in there working in the orchard the other day. Whether that's the case or not, I'm going to do a preemptive spray just in case. That's only 2 for the entire season. I'm sure there'll be more, but so far we've been managing to do a very low spray, which is what we like. Make it work. All right. That is a much better fit. That's about perfect. So that's what I should have done in the first place, was get a piece of scrap wood and test it. That hole was done with a 4.5. It works, but it's a little loose. This next one's going to be with a 4 1/8, and it's perfect. So as far over to that corner as I can get it. Like I said, that one's a bit more snug. Once it's fastened in, that one will be fine. Come this way. There we go. Boom. Nice. Well, supposedly I've got about an hour and a half before, you can see the trees are telling me it's going to rain, but I got an hour and a half before the rain's supposed to get here. So I'm going to jump down here and see what I can get done.
About 75 years ago, this land was a cattle farm. The remnants of the fences still exist. By the time we took possession of it, it was forest. we had to have it logged in order to get it to what we wanted. For the first few years that we've been here, we've been struggling to try to get anything to grow. Grass, pasture grass, anything. At first it looked like the surface of the moon. But in the last year, nature has come back and taken off with a vengeance. We were worried we wouldn't be able to get enough vegetation to grow to feed the animals that we plan to put on this farm. Now we're worried we won't get the animals in here in time to help us keep up with it. This tall, rough grass is prime habitat for goats. Unfortunately, we don't have the infrastructure set up here yet for us to get the animals that we need. So the billy goat has to be me. Every moment that I spend outside is time that I'm not spending inside the house finishing it up. But we've worked too hard over the last few years to start getting things the way we want them, to ignore it and let everything go back to nature. We're trying to strike a balance. This area is being regenerated naturally, but I have to keep trails in it so that we can move back and forth with our vehicles and our equipment to properly manage the land. Our long-term vision involves about half of our land being forest and good habitat for wildlife, and the other half being put to use for food crops, fruit trees, and livestock.
Well, this old Bobcat has seen better days, and it hasn't run in about 6 months, maybe a little longer than that. A couple weeks ago I drained the gas out. Yesterday I messed with it a little bit. Fired it up today, it seems to be running. I haven't tested it out. The question is, will it run? I mean, it started and it's idling. What happens when I get out here and try to do something with it? Now I know I need to do some work on it. I got to get new seats because these seats are just destroyed by the weather. Well, it's doing reverse.
Some of the best advice I've gotten is that you pay for a barn whether you have one or not. I desperately need to get a barn built to keep my equipment and vehicles out of the elements and protected from all the animals that want to nest inside of them.
We ain't dead yet. Well, let's find out what it'll do.
Almost every phase of the development of our land and the building of our house has taken about 3 times as long as I initially expected it to. It would be easy to get frustrated by all of that. But if you just think back to the old saying, the best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago. But the second best time to plant a tree is now.
A little bumpy, a little bumpy. Well, I've still got a few things to do with it to get worked out, but seems to be doing what we need it to do. Now I can get back up here in the house and start checking some more things off this list. I've been working on it this week. I haven't been taking any video. I've just been too busy, and it's just been hot as blazes. So I've been miserable. Haven't really been much in the mood of talking to the camera. Bathroom vents are in. Closet lights and hall lights are in on the same switch. Those are done. Master bedroom, light boxes.
Line for outlets.
That's done. No, that is not done in the master bedroom.
Oh, that has to go in the corner.
Yep.
Okay.
For sconce lights, We've got those already taken care of. Office fan box, done. Alright.
It's getting better.
We're getting there, and this is an easy one. I just haven't done it because I don't know if I'm going to do a square or a round thing in there, because we don't know what we're going to do for fan yet. We don't know if we're going to have the type that has a plug or the type that has a hard wire.
Alright, I'm tired.
Let's go.
Thanks for stopping by. We've been awestruck by the number of people who've decided to follow along on our journey and the warm, supporting comments that we receive from people all over the world. We appreciate you taking the time to watch. We hope you'll come back and see us again at BreakHeartOrchard.